Well, you know what? You really had to be a little bit slow to get hurt. You had to keep your mind on what you're doing. And I got so good, I could keep the score. I knew the score of everybody bowling. You know, and automatically you just kept track of it. It was great for numbers. And you know what? You knew who was up, whatever. And I never got hurt one time. I never got hit by a pin. I saw guys get knocked out because they weren't paying attention. I saw guys smack their finger because they're talking, smoking, doing something else. But if you kept your eyes focused on what you were doing, it was cool, you know.
So you would how would that work? You were above the.
They had a like a partition even with the back of the alley where the cushions swing, and you'd sit there and you keep your legs over the pit. And the ball would come in. The pins may hit the back of your legs, may not. You know, you jump into the first thing you do is pick up the ball, send the ball back. Depending on what pins, you'd pick them up, put them in the empty shoes, and wait for the next shot. If it was a strike, you send the ball back, put all 10 pins in there, set the rack down. If you did a double-double, which was 60 games a night, that was worth $6, you bent over 4,200 times. And you lifted up about 18,000 pounds of lumber and bowling ball. Each pin's 3.5 pounds. Bowling ball, 16 pounds. And there were 5-man teams. They bowled 3 games. That was 60 games. And you got a dime a game, that's $6.
You'd have to be pretty quick too, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you had 2 hours. I mean, there was no wasted motion. And once you got in the rhythm, the only time that got screwed up was when the girls would bowl. They bowled on Tuesday night, I think. And they'd always gab, "Oh, look, that's a nice pair of shoes." And you're up already, you know, and they'd throw the ball, you know. I mean, they just enjoyed being with their girlfriends, and bowling wasn't the main objective. The guys bowled for blood and money. With the cigar and the smoke and all that kind of stuff. And so it was a different attitude. And you know, the guys on the second shift, they came in at 8:15. And we'd like to get them out of there by 10:30. Because we started at 6:15. So I'd get the first match done about 8 o'clock. And then, you know, you'd have 10 minutes, fill up your water bottles or whatever you had, and then get ready for the second one. Hardy'd ring the bell like a fighter. He had like a ring bell. Ding! And everybody started bowling, you know. And
so you had to get the pins kind of in an exact spot, right?
Well, you could look down. If there were 4 here, you could see the empty. You put the pins where there weren't a pin underneath them. If you put a pin, it jammed the machine. You had a friggin' mess. You didn't want that. But you only had 10 pins. I used to tell the guys, you got a triangle. How tough is that? If you have 2 pins over there, don't put a pin up here. Put it over there, you know. Because they overcomplicated it, you know. And yeah, you needed some dexterity. And yeah, my fingers are still crooked where I jammed them a few times. But, you know, that was the best paying job. And the fact that was my independence, I no longer had to worry about, do I have to ask Ma for a buck that I know she doesn't have.